Biodiversity and the ecosystem. Where is your habitat? You, like a bird or an ant, need a healthy habitat to survive. A habitat is the place where an animal or plant lives. Organisms get all their living need, all the things needed for survival from their habitat. They get food and water. A habitat must also have space for organisms to grow, breed, and raise young. Within each habitat, there are many small areas that are different from the rest of the habitat. For example, there may be more or less light. There may be differences of temperature. These are small areas called microhabitats. Each microhabitat has its own variety of plant and animal life. These are often similar to others in the habitat. So how are habitats and ecosystems related? An ecosystem is all the living things in an area and what surrounds them. It includes the ways that the living things influence one another. The ecosystem also includes the ways that non-living or abiotic factors influence animals and plants. These factors include weather, water, sunlight, soil, and air. Ecosystems are made of many parts that act together to form a whole. A microhabitat is related to the ecosystem that surrounds it. For example, the microhabitats of a rotting log in the forest and a log rotting in a lake will be different. Ecosystems come in a variety of sizes as well. We could study the ecosystem of a puddle of water at your school. We could also study the ecosystem of the Atlantic Ocean. Ecosystems are always changing. Many factors influence an ecosystem. These biotic and abiotic factors do not remain the same. For example, the temperature or the amount of rain or food can change. As changes occur, the ecosystem itself will change as well. An ecosystem affects the other ecosystems next to them. A microhabitat is especially related to the larger ecosystem it lies within. This is easily seen when we study a lake's ecosystem. Its ecosystem will be related to the ecosystem of the stream that flows into it. The stream's ecosystem is also related to the mountain forest it flows through. A recent forest fire in the area could have an effect on the forest ecosystem. The circles of influence go on and on. What ties the ecosystems together? Food. Food is basically energy. It flows through every ecosystem. Within an ecosystem, nutrients are recycled as living things eat and then get rid of waste. Food chains can be made by finding out what eats what. Energy flows through the chain from producer to primary consumer to secondary consumer and so on. This food chain relies on the abiotic factors to drive it. The producers must have sunlight, water, and nutrients to make food for the chains of consumers. You cannot gather wood for a fire at a state park when you go camping. Do you know why? A state park is a protected environment. Taking firewood can hurt native habitats. Dead wood is an important habitat. Many species of animals, plants, and fungi live in dead wood. The microhabitats of firewood help the overall ecosystem. Taking these from the ecosystem breaks vital links in the flow of energy. Biodiversity or biological diversity is the variety of life in an ecosystem or area or ecosystem. It is very important in the life of some species. For example, tropical forests are the most diverse ecosystems in the world. Here, the variety of fruits can provide fuel, food, and medicine important for human life. Another example of biodiversity is seen in Macarena tree. They grow in Southeast Asia and Eastern Australia. These trees provide a habitat for ants. The ants protect the trees from other insects and plants. Biodiversity plays an important role in keeping air and water clean. Biodiversity also helps produce food. Having a variety of animals in an ecosystem helps plants get pollinated and spread their seeds. Biodiversity also helps control agricultural pests and disease. It can help the climate remain stable for people, animals, and plants. Biodiversity also affects how soil is formed and how fertile it is. In this way, biodiversity indirectly gives us food, clean water, shelter, and medicines. Biodiversity even helps keep people healthy. We must stay aware of how important Earth's biodiversity is. Without it, we run the risk of causing species to become extinct. Some say that we must preserve biodiversity so we can discover new medicines. Others say we must keep ecosystems healthy so we can enjoy activities such as fishing, camping, and swimming. In any case, biodiversity is needed to keep habitats healthy.